like you're seeing two separate timelines happening parallel. Could be. Or maybe you died in an accident in an alternate or parallel universe and you felt it. Hey guys, what's crackin'? Welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, that sounded like Disney Channel. I am so excited for today's video because today I'm going to be reading you guys some more scary stories on Reddit. Because I'm addicted to them. Sorry. I've been having so much fun doing these kinds of videos where I read you guys different scary stories that I find on different subreddits, and I know how much you've been enjoying them as well, so I figured for today's video it would be fun for me to read you guys some of the scariest Glitch in the Matrix stories that I found on the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit. Now, if you don't know what Glitch in the Matrix stories are, or if you don't know what the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit is for that matter, you're in for kind of a wild ride, let me tell ya. These stories are just super weird. I don't want to discredit them by saying that they're not scary because they 100% are, and if anything like this ever happens to me, I'm going to be like a freaking mess, but they're not scary in the traditional sense of I have a stalker or there's a ghost in my house or something like that. These are scary in the sense that they don't make any sense to the people that happen to them, and they just are just really freaking weird. I don't know how to describe them other than the fact that they just make me super uncomfortable, so I figured that for today's video it would be fun for me to read you a few of them, and then we can all be uncomfortable together instead of just me by myself at night when I'm reading them alone in my room, which honestly just makes me hate my life. Anyways guys, I've been rambling long enough, so let's go ahead and jump into the first Glitch in the Matrix story that I have for you. This one is titled, The Creepiest Thing That I've Ever Experienced. I'm really not looking forward to reading this if I'm gonna be honest, but okay. If I told you what I saw last night, you would not believe me. I can't even talk about it without going crazy, so here goes. I do not know why this person is putting themselves through this again, but thank you for your tribute. I went to do laundry around 2 a.m. with my oldest son. After we put the laundry in, we went to the McDonald's drive-thru to get something to drink. Same. I love me some McDonald's. The drive-thru was packed with about 5 or 6 cars ahead of us. I noticed that none of the cars were moving forward, and it had been like 5 minutes already of waiting. Honestly, that is typical McDonald's at night, or just typical McDonald's in general. I decided to go around the car in front of me to exit the drive-thru lane. As I'm pulling around them, I look into the car to see why they're not moving, and I kid you not, both people, the driver and passenger, looked dead. Heads were tilted back all the way, eyes shut, not moving, absolutely dead. No. Nope. 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 I freaked out and tried to pull out of the drive-thru entirely. Honestly, same. I would have been out of there so fast. It would have been like that Lightning McQueen car where he's like, ka-chow, and he was gone. That would be me. I went around the other cars just to get out of there, and I kid you not, the next car I passed, the passengers also looked dead. Their heads were tilted back and their eyes shut too. Oh my god, what is happening? If you had stayed there, like, is that how long they were waiting? Like, how long have they been waiting? I couldn't fathom what happened. I could barely speak because I was hyperventilating. So my son called 911. He told them what happened and they sent an officer to check. A few minutes later, the cop called us back and said everything was fine at the McDonald's. I agree, this is the creepiest thing to have ever happened. Not just to you, to anyone. What the heck is going on? I hate this. This one's titled, Something Weird is Happening in My Town and Only My Family Seems to Notice. I hate that for you. I don't know if this counts as a glitch in the Matrix or what, but we have been having some strange and scary phenomenon lately. The first thing we started noticing were small things, like duplicates. What does that mean? Like doppelgangers? We would see someone somewhere, only for them to end up somewhere else a little while later. Yep, it's a doppelganger. For example, my mother and I saw and chatted with an old friend at the grocery store. And when we arrived home later, we saw on Facebook that that person was out of the country on vacation, and had been for a few days at the time. No. You need to move. These people need to move. Please move. Another time, my mom and brother were leaving the doctor's office when they saw an old woman in smelly, tattered clothes enter the doctor's office and start speaking with the receptionist. While she was talking, my mom and brother got on the elevator and went down to the lobby on the 3rd floor. Upon exiting the elevator, they saw the same woman in the lobby waiting for the elevator to go up. So does everyone in this town have like a doppelganger? Or have like a double or like a clone? Because if so, they need to be looking out for theirs. Or they just need to move. I feel like they just need to move at this point. Just move. Sometimes it would be an event aired live on Facebook that we had already seen days prior. Or a child celebrating their birthday twice in the exact same party and photos. That's so freaky. It's like you're seeing two separate timelines happening parallel to one another. You know what I mean? That's freaky. I've taken phone calls that were duplicate calls of ones that I had already taken with another person swearing they hadn't spoken to me yet. The scariest thing though has been the deaths. For real, you gotta move. There have been 4 deaths in our community of very well-known and influential people, We see the community fundraisers that are put together to raise money for their funerals, and even see the cars parked at the church and funeral homes. Then, a few weeks later, we see the same people pass away again, with the same RIP posts and fundraisers happening. Only our family seems to notice these things happening. It's my mother, siblings, and my 2 kids. We don't know what's happening, and it's starting to scare us. Does anyone know what's going on or how we should deal with it? We are so scared. I would be too. I would be freaking terrified, and I think the answer is you should move. I've been saying that through the entire story, but 100%, please move. Okay, so this next one is titled, I Died in an Alternate Universe. I was driving to my office when I stopped at a left-hand turn lane. A car came up behind me, and I was suddenly overcome with this intense fear that we were going to collide. The car behind me came to a gentle stop a couple yards behind me, as I watched in the rearview mirror. Suddenly, I felt an intense jolt through my body, so much so that I felt the car move when I did. I'm done. I'm good. I don't want to continue reading. The light turned green, and just before I took my foot off the brake, I felt an excruciating pain in my neck and head that made me feel like I was dizzy and sick. Oh my god, the more I read this, the more I don't want to read it. I tried to get my bearings, and the car behind me lightly honked on their horn for me to move. Still in pain, and with tears in my eyes and the smell of gasoline, I rolled down my window to slowly move through the intersection. I gave an apologetic wave to the driver behind me, who returned the gesture and immediately turned into the office parking lot. Oh my god, I would have called in. I would have had to go home. I wouldn't have been able to go about the rest of my day normally. This is terrifying. I was weepy all day, and I felt very strange in my body, and I kept imagining my family receiving the news of me being in a fatal car accident. That is so eerie. That is so eerie, like, I can't imagine that. I can't. While talking to my fiance about what happened, I tried to find a reasonable explanation that involved a stress-induced trauma response to a bad car accident that I had a while back. He said, quote, could be, or maybe you died in an accident in an alternate or parallel universe and you felt it. I laughed it off, but I have never forgotten that statement. Honestly, that would have messed me up, let me tell ya. That would have messed me up. Okay, so the last one that I'm gonna read is titled, The Universe is Listening. And I don't even think I want to know what this is, but I'm going to read it anyways. I was watching a Reddit video on YouTube today about glitches in the Matrix. Wow, that's kind of eerie. This is where I came across a story of a Reddit user who said their teacher had once told them that if you asked the universe for something, it would give it to you, the law of attraction. So I kind of like this one actually. This caught my attention because I've been looking for a very important set of papers for days, and I couldn't find them anywhere. I even hurt myself moving my couch in case they had fallen under it, but nothing was there. I stopped the video and watched my phone to see that it was around 3:50 p.m., 10 minutes before my study group had a session. I wasn't even going to join them because I couldn't find the papers that I needed to study from, so I thought, might as well give it a shot. I asked the universe to guide me to my papers. I started walking around my room, and for some reason I opened my closet, knowing that there was no way the papers could be in there, because I only kept my clothes and nothing else in there. But then I looked under a box of shoes, and there was the freaking plastic bag with all of my papers. Ask and ye shall receive. The universe is looking out for you, my friend. In the end, I was spooked about it, but I was able to join my study group. And I was kind of excited about it because I really wanted to get into that university, and I took it as a signal that everything would be okay. This is literally like the law of attraction in a Reddit story, and it's awesome. That said, if you've lost anything, give it a try. For real though, like the law of attraction is a wonderful thing. I use it in my everyday life, and I feel like everyone should at least try to use the law of attraction and manifestation in their everyday life because it works wonders. Let me just say that. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna be the last story that I read for you all. I am really uncomfortable. At least the last one was kind of on a good note, I think. If you made it all the way here to the end and liked what you saw, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. Also, leave a comment down below letting me know of other subreddits that you want me to read scary stories from because I would love to hear about them. You know that I'm addicted to Reddit. And finally, guys, thanks so much for watching. My name is Courtney. I run a horror channel here on YouTube. I like to create content surrounding anything that's creepy, spooky, or scary. So if those are topics that you're interested in seeing more of, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell so you're notified every single time that I upload. And with that said, I'll see you all next week for another new video. Bye. Hello, it's me, at the end. I'm just here to repeat keywords over and over again so that I can rank and search. Scary stories on Reddit, scary stories on Reddit, scary stories on Reddit, scary stories on Reddit. Scariest glitch in the Matrix stories, scariest glitch in the Matrix stories, scariest glitch in the Matrix stories. I think that'll do it.